I started planting flowers in one of the beds that I have. So I have some lavender, sage, just some flowers, basil, chives, more flowers, have no idea what they are. If you want a plant that is completely indestructible, comes back every year, chives would be it for you. So yeah, I'm working on the garden. I have one back here, but I kind of let it go to shit last year. So I need to work on that, getting that back. The grass is taking over. My next door neighbor's weeds and grass pretty much took that over. I have this big giant rose bush that's now top heavy. That come the fall, I'm gonna have to like cut down, like big time, like really thin it out. I'm surprised it hasn't fallen over yet, like pulled itself out of the ground. I have some more rose bushes in there too. So I have to trim this bush here. So yeah, everything is like pretty much going wild and to shit. So that is a project for this year. That's a big project. So yeah, that's what I've gotten so far. These, and if I have time today, I'm gonna go and get more flowers for the other planters that I have. I want to show you, I brought all my house plants in. I repotted this one, so it's looking a little sad, but it's coming back. And all my other house plants I brought out to my front porch. And I have some pansies planted in here in my hanging baskets. I'm going to be planting impatiens here because they do look terrific. And yeah, that's my project for this season. So it's 7:30 on a Saturday. Just got out of the shower. I showed you what my garden is, its state that it's currently in, which is crap. So I have a lot of that. I usually keep it up out back, but you know, life happens. Last year I wasn't able to do anything out there, so it just like had a life of its own and took over. So the weeds and grass from my neighbor along his fence, and he has a lot of junk on that side of his fence, so it kind of took over. You know, usually I don't have that. But anyway, 7:30 on a Saturday. I'm in my typical clothes, t-shirt, sweatpants on a Saturday. Making myself some cold brew today. And I have some collagen that I've started to take because I heard it has good benefits, so I figured, why not? Why not give it a try? So I'm just gonna put a scoop in my glass. This one that I'm using here is just good for one scoop. I got this from, it's called Live Conscious. I got this from Walmart. This one goes for one scoop, and then I bought one stupidly on TikTok shop because this one was taking forever to come to me, so I bought that one. Same price. You're not getting it any cheaper on TikTok, and plus you pay commissions. So TikTok shop, not a great deal, I can tell you that. Or even if you click through links through people's YouTubes, not a good deal because you're paying them commission. So anyway, I'm going to pause this because I got my little stirry thing. I'm going to stir it in. I had to put new batteries in my frother. I just have some sweet and creamy creamer from International Delight. So I have to use this up. And 3 artificial sweeteners. I just use store brand. It's called, this is from Walmart, no calorie sweetener made with sucralose. It's in there ShopRite, but for some reason, I may have to go into the store and look, but they're not showing it on their app anymore, which is kind of disappointing. So when I go in the store, I'll have to look to see if they have some. They may just be pushing the name brands on their app. But anyway, I put in 4 of those. Stir it up. My allergies have been kicking my ass. This week it has been a rainy spring so far, and my allergies are kicking my ass. I can't go to sleep. I can't stay asleep. When I do finally fall asleep, I'm coughing, I get a headache, my eyes are burning. Ugh. It's bad here, you know. It sucks getting old because your allergies just seem to get worse and worse. But anyway, here's my coffee. I can get on with my morning, my typical Saturday morning. Do all the chores, and I already started my laundry. And today, we're just gonna make random things. Whatever I feel like making, we're gonna make. I did buy zucchini, so zucchini bread is in the future. Since I'm finally starting a construction job, I'm gonna be out in the field starting on Monday, so I definitely need to make some breakfast, because by the end of the day, from moving so much and cleaning and lifting and bending and all that stuff, I'm like starving by 2 o'clock, and that's after I ate lunch and everything. So I definitely have to make some breakfast that will hold me over pretty well. It seems this collagen holds me over pretty good. Like, I am not starving at 10 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I'm hungry, but I'm not famished. So this seems to be doing that also, because it does have some protein in it, not a lot of protein. See if I can see what it says. It's got 10 grams of protein in 1 scoop, so that's pretty good. So definitely zucchini bread. I'm making spare ribs for dinner tonight. I took them out, so I may make a focaccia. I'm thinking of egg bites and egg sandwiches, because I bought, obviously, if you saw my last grocery haul, I have a ton of eggs. So I bought enough eggs for them. I bought enough meats for them. Sausage. I have sausage. I have Canadian bacon. I have bacon. So, yeah, I have enough ingredients to do that. I have a pack of English muffins. So, yeah, so when I get finished with all my chores, and I'm going to take my time doing them, because I'm going to give myself some grace this weekend to not rush through stuff. I'm actually going to take my time doing them, because you know what? The world's not going to end if it takes me more than an hour to clean my house. So that's what I'm going to do. Enjoy my coffee, sit down, watch a couple YouTube videos, and then get on my way. So I'll be back when I start making whatever I'm making. I just had to drag stuff down into my basement. I did have this set up as an office at one time when I was working from home, or I should say hybrid, a couple years ago, but it's just turned to shit now because I'm not working from home. And my son moved back into my basement, not into my basement, my son moved back in, and he pretty much took over a lot of the basement, so it seems to be like a catch-all now. But this is my office space, but like, it's a fucking disaster. And then we had a flood, and like, ew. I have to come down, you know, like, out of sight, out of mind. I never come down here except to do laundry once a week. So I really have to go down here and like clean it. But anyway, this is, I'm actually starting this job. When am I starting this job? June 27th. So here are my plans. This is what I do for myself for every job. Not every field super is the same way, but I have my plans. I have a box here, and these are all my files that I make for myself. This box isn't very good. This box I just got from my office. The other box that I actually bought for myself is in the trunk of my car for the job that I'm starting on Monday. I'll show you what I have in there too. But I have an 11 by 17 set of plans. I have a first aid kit. I just throw like an extra pad in there. But all my files, I have my sign-in sheets, my schedule, any correspondence, any alternates, addendums, my asbestos report, so I know exactly what's coming out, expense reports, which honestly, I no longer lay out money, because I'm not a nonprofit, and the last few times that I laid out money, I pretty much had a fight to get it back. So I no longer do that. You know, it's not my job to support the company. And it may be a shitty attitude, but that's my attitude. Change orders, RFIs, I get transmittals, I have our health and safety book, which I always have to keep on file. And the health and safety books are job specific. I have my meeting minutes for the weekly meetings. I have any plan changes. I have labor posters because every job you have to put up a labor poster just saying what the minimum wage is, what their rights are, and stuff like that. Caution signs because we have to put those up at every job. Who my subcontractors are. And just an empty folder. So yeah, those are all the files that I keep for myself to keep myself organized. This is just like a laptop bag that I had that I bought when I was going into New York City. This is a backpack. It's an extra backpack. I use a different one now. And this is another job that I was supposed to start like 6 months ago, but they keep putting it off. So I have my set of plans here. I have my spec book here. This, a lot of times I use I bring on job sites when I'm not going to be stationary anywhere, like if I'm not going to have like an office or something, because some job sites are like, oh, you have work all over the place, so you're constantly on the move. Like for instance, when the last school I did over the summer last year, I averaged 7 miles a day of walking because I did not have a stationary area, and all the rooms and stuff that we were working on were all over the building. So I like to have this here, and I'll put my sign-in sheets here so the guys have obviously something to lean on when they sign in. And then usually in here I'll have contact sheets, a pad, notes on jobs there. And yeah, so and I also have one of these too, but I don't really use this. I actually found this on it. Actually, one of my guys found this on a job site and gave it to me. But I don't really use it because I need to carry around a lot more stuff than can fit in here. And this thing, like, I can fit. Look, I have pens and pencils in here, and I usually throw something in here. I have like a folding knife that fits in here. I think it's in my backpack now. So yeah, so actually I really should take this with me and put this in my car now. Well, I'm thinking of it. Well, I see it in front of my face. at my printer. Just on this table. Actually, I think I'm going to have to take this table also. I know, we'll see. Maybe I could set myself up somewhere else. And then under here, I have like this rolling cart thing that you could put your backpack on and just roll your backpack. And it's made to go up and down stairs. So I used to bring that with me when I was going into Manhattan also. I would just put my backpack on. And it's my little desk that I had, which, you know, has gone to hell. I need to fix this up also. But yeah, that is where I keep all my junk for work. Alright, we're going to start with the egg bites. I've already prepped my breakfast sausage, my mushrooms, my bacon. I toasted my English muffins. I also have a 12-cup cupcake thing. That I put the cupcake thingamahogans in it, and I also sprayed them with butter spray. So that's what we're going to use. So right now in my bowl I have 12 eggs. I'm just going to whisk them up. It doesn't have to be, you know, perfect. I'm going to add some spinach to these. Just a handful. Spinach. I'm not going to chop them up or anything because I'm too lazy. I'm going to add some of the breakfast sausage that I cooked up. And I have no measurements, it's just whatever you like. I have some mushrooms here that I cooked up, I'm going to add. And I'm going to add, I have this triple cheddar blend Tillamook cheese. And I'm just going to dump in what's left. No whiskey out. Rubber spatula. Just going to mix it all up. My oven is set to 350. Stir it up as best you can. And I have a feeling that we are definitely going to have extra. So we will most likely come up with more than 12, which is fine. I'm just going to take a spoon here, a regular spoon, and I'm just going to start filling these up. Now eggs do puff up, so fill it up as high as you want. I usually fill it up to the top. And the reason why I'm using these cupcake things is because, you know, cupcake tins are such a pain in the ass to clean. And I sprayed them because eggs tend to get sticky. So I didn't want it to like stick too much. And yes, these are not the most neatest things that you see, but you know what? It still tastes the same. And by the way, I did forget to add salt and pepper. If you noticed. actually just may have enough exactly for 12. Just fill up the ones that don't have too much egg in it. Alright, I'm going to throw these sloppy looking things in the oven, and I'm going to start at 15 minutes. Timer. Okay. Now we're going to go into the breakfast sandwiches. Just going to clean this up and then we'll continue. Okay, so now I'm making my breakfast sandwiches. I use Velveeta singles. I should cut them in half and put them in crosswise because they fit better. I'm going to use, I have 4 turkey sausages, and 4 is what came in the package. So we're going to use 4 of those, and then for the other 2, I'm going to use Canadian bacon. If I can get the package open, I'll be cooking with Christy. Okay. Here we go. Just going to put the Canadian bacon there. And then all I did was I scrambled up 6 eggs with some salt and pepper. You can bake these if you want. I just didn't want to. Just going to like break them up a little better. I will say, scrambled eggs, putting these on the sandwich, a little tricky, because they tend to fall over. So you're going to have to like use your hands to tap on, squish it down. Now these eggs aren't too hot. Then we'll just let them cool off, and then I'll pack them up and put them in the freezer. So I'm gonna do the rest of these, and my egg bites are almost done. So when I pull them out, I'll show you what they look like. Okay, so the egg bites are done. This is what they look like. One of the tips I have if you're making these is don't cook the eggs until they're almost done, but not fully done in the oven, because once you take them out of the oven, they're going to continue cooking in the pan. And if you cook them all the way through in the oven, you're going to have some seriously well done eggs. So just let them sit, cool, they'll finish off cooking by themselves, and when these are all cold, I'll pack them up and they'll go in the freezer. And you can have hot sauce on these, anything you want on them. Honestly, I'll probably be putting hot sauce on them. I'll be eating, there are a couple small ones, so whatever small ones, I'll probably have 2, but the large ones, I'll probably have just 1. So I'm not going to make the focaccia because I realized that I have a ton of Pillsbury biscuits that I need to use up, so we're going to use that for dinner. But what I am going to make is some granola bars, so let's get started on those. Okay, so this thing says not a lot of ingredients, which is cool. Preheat your oven to 350. Let me get a pan. You're going to need a brownie pan. So we're going to start with 3 cups of oats. Cups of oats. 2, 3. 3/4 cup natural peanut butter. Or you can use, it says here that you can use a nut butter, but it has to be a drizzly consistency to avoid the bar becoming dry. So I'm not going to use peanut butter. I'm actually going to use PB2 on this. So let me get a measuring cup. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use 3/4 of this, 3/4 cup of the PB2, and then I'm going to add water to it until it's a drizzly consistency. So I have it here in my measured cup. Probably should just mix this up with a fork, but did I think of that? No, I did not, because, you know, if you've watched my other videos where I cook shit, I am never prepared. So here's my PB2, it's like drizzly, so that's what I'm going to pour in here. Okay, and then it says we need 1/3 cup of honey or maple syrup. I'm going to use honey. Let me rinse this out. And I'm going to spray my measuring cup, because it makes it easier for the honey to come out. And I'm going to grab a plastic spatula. Okay. So what did I say? 1/3 cup of honey. So 1/3. Okay. Go. 1/3 cup of honey. You certainly don't want to waste the honey, because honey's expensive. And if I was going to use maple syrup, I honestly would use the sugar-free fake maple syrup. And then we have to add in, it says 1/2 cup of mini chocolate chips, which are optional. And I don't have mini, so I'm going to add in 1/2 cup of regular size. And I'm really not going to worry about, because a lot of times when it calls for mini, they use mini because the large ones won't help stuff like this hold together. But since we have honey and we're also adding 2 eggs, I'm not going to worry about that, because the eggs and the honey will act as a binder. So stir this around. Now it says you have to line your pan with parchment paper. Probably because these things are so freaking sticky. So I'm all stirred up. That's what it looks like. I'm going to turn you around. So here I am. Here's my pan. My parchment paper. Sprinkle it up. Ooh, pan's hot because the oven's hot. And then it says, transfer the mixture to the prepared dish or pan. Very firmly press the mixture into the pan in an even layer. The firmer you press, the better the bars will stick together. Alright, I think we can handle this. Let's smoosh it around. Now, nothing like using parchment paper on a non-stick pan, because the parchment paper like goes over. It would also help if my parchment paper wasn't so large. So I will tell you, do not use a wooden spoon because it sticks to the wooden spoon. Stick with the spatula. Alright. I think that's about the best that I'm going to get it smushed down. And then it says bake for 15 to 17 minutes or until the center is baked through and the edges are just starting to brown. Start checking at 14 minutes. As all ovens are different, remove from the oven, place pan on a cooling rack. Alright, so I'm going to set my timer for 14 minutes. And we'll see what those look like. So the granola, which will become bars, I just took it out of the oven, so I'm letting it cool on a wire rack. And it says you can either cut these in rectangles, you know, this one, or you can cut them in squares, so you can get 16. So we'll see. So it's still really hot and soft. So I'm gonna wait for it to cool, harden up a little, cut it up, and stick it in the refrigerator. What was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. The egg sandwiches and the egg bites, I put them in Ziploc bags, and they're in the freezer. I have some in the freezer, I have some in the fridge. So, yeah, and then later on today, maybe around dinner time, I will make the zucchini bread. Alright, so I'm going to start making a zucchini bread. It's quite a few hours later. I actually took a nap. I'm going to make the zucchini bread now. I packed up the granola bars. I cut them into squares, 16 of them. I will tell you they are good, but they are not sweet. So if you're used to like a very sweet granola bar like you buy in the store, you probably will either not like them, may think they're but it's definitely going to take you a while to get used to them. I kind of like them, and I do like sweet granolas, but yeah, that's just a warning. So we're going to start making the zucchini bread now. So let me put you down. Get my bowl. And my oven is preheating to 325. So I have 2 cups of zucchini. I just cut the top and bottom off. I don't peel the skin off. you could either chop it up finely, you could use a peeler and do it that way. I actually wound up doing it both ways, using a peeler, and I chopped it up with a knife. You need 3 cups of flour, so I have some all-purpose flour here. And I'm not such a fancy baker that, I take my knife and level it out and everything. Whatever comes out in the cup is what's going in the bowl. The only time I'm pretty exact is if I'm making bread. Alright, so I got my flour, we have our zucchini in here. We need 1 teaspoon of salt. And I will tell you, I got this recipe off of All Recipe website, and it's called Mom's Zucchini Bread, and I've made it quite a few times. I need 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Oh, it's great news. I'm going to open it. And we need 1 teaspoon of baking soda. So let me get that out. So while I'm getting this, my son tried the egg bites that I made, and he does not like mushrooms. But he thought the egg bites were very good, and he couldn't taste the mushrooms. So if you're a person that doesn't like mushrooms, you probably won't taste them, and you probably won't taste them because I cook them before I put them in the eggs, because I don't like raw mushrooms. I love mushrooms, I don't like them raw. So putting in 3 large eggs. We need 1 tablespoon of ground cinnamon. One cup of vegetable oil. We need a tablespoon of vanilla extract. And if you want, you can add in a cup of chopped walnuts, which I don't add in. I'm not a huge walnut fan, so I never have them. And honestly, this bread's pretty good with it. Oh, I did forget to add the white sugar. So you need 2 1/4 cups of sugar. I'm just going to mix it up. I think I've usually, when I've used this, I've actually made it in my mixer. So you can do that too. And honestly, I may pull out my mixer and put this in. I think I'm going to do that. Alright, I'm going to pull out my mixer, and I'm going to have, actually, I have a handheld. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I brought out my hand mixer, and use that. This is a very thick batter. So here's my batter. Looks like that. And I have 2 little pans here that I'm just going to grease up. This is canola oil that I'm using to grease them. And then we're just going to pour half in each one. Let's see. We're going to move back here. Just that one. And more into this one. And my oven has already preheated at 325. And, you know, this thing says zucchini in it. It's about as healthy as banana bread. So it's got so much sugar in it. Scrape it out. Just knocking crap over. So I got this one filled up. This one filled up. And then we're going to put it in the oven between 40 and 60 minutes. So I'm going to start it out at 50 minutes. And I'll get back to you when it's done. Okay, so the zucchini bread is done. It took 50 minutes in my oven. So it's now just cooling off in a wire rack for about 20 minutes or so. And I'm starting dinner. Right now it's about, I don't know, a little after 5, I guess. In this pan I have some potatoes, zucchini, margarine, oil, salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and some herbs mix. And then in my oven I just have my ribs. And then I'm just going to make the Grand's biscuits to go with that for dinner tonight. Okay, I'm going to end this video here. Just had dinner. It's after 6, so I'm going to catch up on all the shows that I missed. And you're probably going to hear my fan in the background throughout the whole entire video. Because I broke down and turned on the air conditioner. I got my fan going. Just to have the air going. Not that it's hot outside, because it's not, but it's so humid from all the rain that we've had. So yeah, I'm just gonna relax the rest of this night and probably tomorrow, and just take all the rest I need that my body's telling me that I need, because I have not been feeling good this past week. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. And I'll see you in the next one.